two left, top two. Give me a scary number 2.
We just talked about this.
Cue diarrhea noise.
Welcome into Season 4, Episode 13 of Unstable Discourse.
Boom. Nailed
Ooh.
it. She did. Welcome into that beer, too.
That was good.
That's a white can.
Once again, Alex cannot make it. It's almost a year later.
Yeah, almost. To the last time
he was ill.
No
It's
kidding.
like an annual thing
just
for
right
him.
around the same time.
Like
Couple
an
weeks.
annual thing for
Couple
him.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our boy's got COVID.
Yeah.
He sent a photo of 2 positive COVID tests.
Yeah.
I thought they were pregnancy tests at first.
We wouldn't.
First, yeah.
Like
Like,
we weren't
and
going to
up?
believe him. We believed him.
Yeah.
Dude got super COVID.
And then just to confirm today, he sent another photo with a Kleenex hanging out of his face that Jason then made look like a ghost. It was very funny.
Yeah.
Topical.
So we're going to do our Spooky Season Spooktacular episode today, right? That's the plan anyway. We'll see how this turns out.
Cue the Scary Mansion music here.
It's already been playing.
Yeah. There was some lightning.
Lightning.
No, lightning doesn't make noise. I did that for Double Witted Dragon too. Thunder makes noise.
Yeah.
Correct.
Thunder.
Yeah. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
Lightning. On the mics tonight, we have Ryan Fancher of Unstable Disc Golf Gear.
Yes, sir.
We have Sean Callahan of Delwood Disc Golf.
Your boy.
We have the Deucer in the room, Sheila Callahan of Delwood Disc Golf.
Yes.
And I'm going to be your host tonight, Mr. Jason Callahan of Bag of Tricks. It is lovely to be with all of you tonight, and I am happy to be here. We're going to have some fun. Let's get into it.
All business.
But yeah. Before we do that, I think how we start the episode, if I'm not mistaken,
If I
is a
do recall
segment
correctly.
called Fired Up.
Fired up, and it is a scary one.
All right, excellent.
Totally just came out as it was coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never stopped doing
That's
Yeah.
what she said, but
Yeah.
that did sound like a Tom Jones
Yeah.
version
that.
of
Not
it.
unusual
Yeah.
to be
Fired up in a scary one.
Wait, do our fired ups have to be scary now?
Uh-oh, maybe.
I'm
Should've
not
been. We should've
prepared
thought
for
about
that.
Yeah.
Should
no.
Yeah.
It's,
Maybe
thought.
not. Maybe not. Maybe not.
About
I'll go
that.
first, and it'll be super scary because I don't have one. How scary is
Oh,
that?
dun, dun, dun.
So Ryan, why don't you start us off? What are you?
Oh.
Yeah.
It's terrifying, guys.
Oh, boy, here we go.
I talk about the shed all the time,
Here we go.
and it's a real thing.
Sick of this.
Come on.
I know. And there was a milestone breakthrough yesterday. I wired the entire shed for electrical. 6 outlets, 4 in the ceiling, 3 lights.
Did you get electrocuted?
No.
Is that the scary
No, he
part?
did not.
Nope.
Damn it.
But we
I got-
have the EBs have gotten videos every time he's done anything
Yep.
at all. So
And
we've
you'll
got video proof.
You will continue to,
Yes,
so
we will.
shut the fuck up about it. And but I had yet to have anything run to the actual shed. I was just prepping for the moment when
That's how he did not get electrocuted. There was
Right,
no
right, right.
electricity
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
electrocute
Correct.
him.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
I just pretend I flip the switch and then
Yeah.
I turn the flashlight on my phone and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it works.
Nora,
Yeah.
get a 2x4.
The electricians came yesterday, replaced the panel on our house, which is very old and needed replacing. And they ran 220 out to the shed.
Well, 220, 221,
Whatever it takes.
Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
Rip these walls out and, of course, rewire it.
Yeah, you're gonna make it all 220?
Yeah, 220, 221, whatever it takes.
Hooked everything up. Everything that I had done worked perfectly. The electricians were very impressed with the work that I had done, bending conduit and running all the wiring, and everything worked first shot. All the lights came on. All the outlets worked as expected. We got lights, we got sound. We're ready to go.
Love it.
So,
Love it.
When is opening day?
When do we christen?
oh, we should record an episode in the shed.
Yes. As the christening. As the
We've
official
talked
christening.
about this thing enough.
Yeah.
We need to christen.
So I
it.
need
Yeah.
insulation
Yeah.
and I need drywall, which is in the shed. It's just not installed. Once that happens, full go. No stops. Do not collect $200.
Straight to jail.
Yeah.
Well, the photo that you talking about it possibly being scary that you sent us yesterday morning when they started of the newbie on the
Yeah, so
on
the
the ditch
electrician.
witch.
Yeah.
looked kinda,
Yeah.
He looked like he was 12 years old.
Speaking of, I can tie this into something scary.
Yeah.
The electrician that I used is the electrician for Hell's Gate.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
That's a
so
scary
he's
tie.
done all of that, but he is technically retired. He's been doing it for 48 years. He's done Embers, and he just redid some stuff for Stagecoach downtown. Like he knows his shit, right?
Yeah.
But
Lockport's electrician.
he's having trouble getting around. He's up there in years. So his son is kind of taken over. He was there just kind of hanging out. His son was doing most of the work, replacing the panel, but they had a new hire who's been with him for 3 weeks, and they decided to give the new guy this giant trenching machine that digs huge divots in my lawn. And there are some pretty important drainage pieces that need to be
Intact.
left untouched
Yeah, for
and
sure.
untrenched.
Unwitched.
Unwitched.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I was a little nervous, but the kid did great. He took far too much time trying to put the dirt back where it went when they were done running all the conduit. And I thought that was awesome. Like he was taking extra special care.
Yeah.
And the guys were finally like, all right, man, wrap it up.
Yeah.
Like we
We're not
gotta go.
impressed.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're still getting paid the same amount.
yeah.
Take it easy.
So, but that was cool. So they even let me run a ground approved network cable. I'm stoked. Things are progressing as they should. And I'm proud of the fact that I've done everything essentially by myself with the help of Sean and Jason and Joe and Donnie. And
Love it.
Heck yeah.
Super fun.
It's great, dude.
I'm fired up.
We're stoked
As
about
you
it.
should
We're
be.
stoked for you, and we are proud of you.
Hmm.
Every time you do send a video, I'm like, damn, dog, you just there's nothing that you cannot do.
I'm working on
I'm
it.
still
Pretty
waiting
impressive.
for the thing that you cannot do.
That shed, it's a sexy shed. Like you've done really well.
Yeah.
It's a good looking shed.
Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah. But then
Amen.
we're gonna move it on to Sean.
Yes, sir.
What are you?
I am
Fired
fired up about. As I was typing this, I always do show notes, and I was like, how do I type this up without sounding like unappreciative? But I'm like excited for the end of the season to be here. It's been a long year, and that we have done a lot. Not in that I have not enjoyed it.
Sean, you're allowed.
I know
Yeah.
that I am, but I'm to all the listeners out there. I love all of you. I love that you come out to the events and the leagues and all the stuff, and we're happy to put it on for you. But I'm also happy to see it slow down a little bit. Stoked for fall season. Stoked for the last couple events that we have. J-Town Champs in a couple days. By the time you guys hear this, it'll be over. Delis and finals and all that. It's a fun time of year, but I'm happy that it's on the down slope because I'm ready to relax a little bit.
Yeah, you earn
know
it
what I'm
every year.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go hard in the paint.
We go hard in the paint.
We were just talking about it earlier where in February, our batteries are at 100%. We've been
Right.
charging over the wintertime,
Mm.
with the exception of like the haunted putting league and,
Yeah.
all that stuff, which is more fun than, stressful.
Hell would.
When the first event hits, we're at 100%. And now I was telling Sean and Sheila, like, I'm down to about 8%.
Yeah.
And the notifications are coming up and saying, hey, plug this shit in.
Yeah. It is a yearly battery, an annual battery.
And so, yeah, we just need to relax and recharge.
But also, to that, we started Delwood After Dark, as everybody knows. Listeners that are coming on to that, if you're listening to the episodes in the Callahan Rundown, you know that. So we always take that time, and we've told you guys that that's when we plan for the upcoming year. So last night, at the second week of Delwood After Dark, Doc was there, and we started talking about, all the things. So it's good. It's down, but it's like it's planning again for the following year. So
I feel like that's when your phone is at 5% and it dims and you're like, shit, I could probably still watch the rest of this YouTube video. I'm still going to try and cram this YouTube video watching somebody knit or, like watching somebody do leather work for no reason. Let's see if I can make it
No,
before
today
it
for
runs
me
out.
that was playing Zelda and the batteries were going dead on the controller and I was like, I gotta beat this guy.
No.
Yeah, I beat him in time.
Good.
nice. Good job. Good job.
Is that what you're fired up about?
Zelda?
Yeah.
No.
What are you fired up about?
Ooh, I just got back from Sandy Point Disc Golf Resort. Ever heard of it?
I'm sorry, where?
Sandy Point. Me and a bunch of ladies from the J-Town area went, and it was amazing. First time.
Yes.
It was sick. Totally lives up to the hype.
It is incredible that you finally got to see the real thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been going for so long, and every year, obviously, I come home and I tell Sheila all the stories, and we recap, and she sees the photos, and yada, yada, yada. But for her to send me photos of her talking, or talking to Stu or seeing photos posted by Lauren, and it's incredible to know that you've all gotten those visuals of that place that
For
you've
sure.
heard so many stories about.
Yeah.
Was there any aspect of it that was overhyped? You were like, oh, I expected something different. Or was it like across the board no matter what?
I mean, I had the map in my head of hearing all the stories of how it was laid out. I feel like you do that with anything in life, and then going there, it's not the same, but it didn't matter. It totally lived up to everything that I've heard.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm very excited that you went with a bunch of ladies and you didn't go with Sean.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, not that you guys shouldn't go, but
It
like,
needs to be that way, kind of.
it does need to be
Yeah,
that
it was
way
my
because-
own experience.
Yes.
Yeah. Lauren Lakeberg and I rode up together. I drove. She was my co-pilot, and she's the best road trip buddy. It was a lot of fun.
What you said
and then
specifically to me was that
she is me.
she is the you that you normally provide for me while
Yeah.
I'm driving.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh, yeah, that is very helpful to have with somebody in the
Yeah,
car,
it was
the co-pilot,
awesome.
for sure.
Yeah, she's been there so many times. She doesn't need Google. It's a straight shot, but she would be like, in like a half a mile, you're going to turn left. And like, it was exact. It was like,
Wow. That's
yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, it was great. But Amy Laskowski was there, Brittany Sains, Michele Lopez, and Ashley Vici. And we laughed our asses off the entire time. We did a doubles round that took 6.5 hours. Didn't feel like it. It was just hysterical.
Playing
Ripped Revenge, yeah.
Revenge,
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I know these guys, they hit up courses on the way there. Did you guys do any of that, or was it just a straight shot?
Nope, straight. Of course, stopped at Quick Trip.
Awesome.
Did that live up to the hype?
It did, and this is okay. So
Careful.
I know.
Don't you dare.
I want you to think about it long and hard. That's what she said. Don't you dare.
I know.
It's spooky season, and this is hallowed ground.
So
Yeah,
the
tread
guys,
lightly.
they've talked about the bounties before, and they've got their little scratchy tickets and all that kind of stuff. And years past, Sean would come home with like a stack of these scratchy tickets that he forgot to turn in Wisconsin because it's Wisconsin lottery. There would be times like they would sit on our counter for a year. They would expire. Like we would forget. It's like how often do we go up there? So this time Sean had one. He was like, please, you're going, turn this in and get the cash. And I was like, sweet. So when I picked Lauren up, I was like, don't let me forget. So we forgot on the way up.
Tape it to the inside of the windshield.
Yeah.
Right in your way.
Surprise, surprise. Forgot on the way up. On the way back, we stopped. We got lunch. We were chilling. And then as we're getting close to the Illinois border, Lauren's like, the ticket. And I'm like, I was exhausted. I'm like, how much is it for? She's like, $18. And I'm like, okay, we'll stop. We'll get something to drink, whatever. We go in, use the bathroom, get something to drink. We're laughing. The guy's joking back with us. I hand him the ticket and he goes, this isn't a winner.
Stop it. Are you kidding me?
No.
Sheila, stop it.
He
Was
had-
it really not?
No, he handed it back to me and he was like, add that up. And I was like, oh my God.
What was it, like a 7-Eleven 21 or something like that? Where
Yeah. You had to beat their number and it was the same number. And
Oh my God. Why did I have it then?
yeah.
Why did I?
Can I, along those same lines, I'm going to tell this story very quickly, but it is so funny to us. 2 years ago, as part of the offerings, which you all know, Joe got us $25 Quick Trip gift cards. So we all had $25 worth of Quick Trip cash to spend while we were there.
Sure.
And I think I used some of mine, but Sean forgot and never used his the whole time, the whole trip. So he made it a point to tell us this past September that he needed to use it. And he was like, guys, don't let me forget. All week.
Yeah.
Hey, don't let me forget. We stopped there every single day, sometimes twice a day, and he kept forgetting. So on the way home, he's like, guys, I've got the gift certificate. We're going to go. And so he gets like, it's $25 worth. So we all get stuff adding up to $25. We put it on the counter and he hands the guy this card and the guy looks at it and says, this is a loyalty card.
What? Okay. Hang on a second.
It wasn't even the gift certificate. It was just a loyalty card.
And I was like, oh, all right. The actual gift card is in my wallet. I just found it
still
the other
have it?
day.
Oh,
wow.
And I
Okay.
still have
All right.
not used it. I handed him the loyalty card. It was
So-
very funny.
Oh,
Funny,
my God.
like
Counter full of stuff.
it was a week's worth of
Yeah.
buildup, and then he finally was like, "Yes, boom!"
Slow motion
Sir.
reaching into your
Dude was
pocket.
just like,
It's happening.
I hope it was the same
what is this?
cashier.
This is just a loyalty
Yeah, same dude. And he knows. He's like, what is with you Callahan?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you people?
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go on.
Yeah.
Did they do a points thing? Did you do anything like that? Did you keep track of the rounds? Who won at the end of the trip?
We didn't do like a overall overall points thing or anything like that. We played 83 holes in like 2.5 days, which is a lot. We were super sore. The first round was singles. I don't remember who won that. Michelli took score. Second round was doubles. Michelli and Lauren won. And then third round, we didn't even finish because it was noodle arms and we just wanted frozen pizza and to be done.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can now understand why we say like we have to work up to Sandy Point week.
Yeah. And we played 29. So we played the 20A and 20B.
Oh, sure.
So
They were playing a ton.
we did the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, one last question. Is the plan to make it an annual trip now?
We didn't get that far, but I could see that happening. I definitely want to go back.
That's awesome.
I think it will be fun to keep the tradition of, although I'd like to go with you, but it's like we just go at separate times. You go in October and I go in September. And
Right.
I think
it's
I'd
separate
like to
boys and
see
girls.
it
Both
in the
need it.
summer. Like all the leaves were on the ground and it's probably a completely different vibe from what you're used to.
Yeah, that's what you were saying was that you could see multiple fairways over. And I was like, I don't know that we ever really, I mean, there's a couple of spots where I could see other holes, but
no,
yeah,
it's too green.
Yeah, still too green. We're only seeing just a few leaves fall when we're there.
Yeah.
But your photos, it was like, holy cow, full blown fall.
Yeah. There was ice
FBF.
on the dock the last night. It was cold.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah. Jason, what are you fired up about?
Yeah, I don't have one. Sorry. Yeah, I said that at the
Can't
beginning.
even
Yeah.
off the top of your head.
Not off
Come up
the-
with
not off the
something.
dome.
You've had like 5 minutes
We'll see.
filibustering.
La 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 la. All right. I guess I will talk about how Maddie just this morning officially got the offer for her very first job. So
Thanks to
thanks to her referral, Mr. Ryan Fancher.
You're welcome.
So yeah, we'll see where this goes. I want her to have a little spending cash because I'm tired of supporting her Starbucks and nail habit that she has. So she can take over that herself. Yeah, she's got the car. She's got the freedom. Of course, next thing is part-time job and then start socking some money away and see what she wants to do as far as her adult education is concerned. But
Yeah.
letting
And
her
then after that, she moves to Puyo Kyoto.
That's right. So, good luck to her. I'm very proud of her. If she listens to this, I'm super, super proud of her. I think it's going to work out just great.
You mean if
Yeah.
you force her to listen to it? Because that's what I hear happens. You listen to the episodes over and over and it's in the presence
And one of them just happens to be
Yeah.
while I'm doing the dishes and
Yeah.
she's in the other room rolling her eyes because she can hear everything
Yeah.
I'm listening to.
Yeah.
Yep, that happens a lot.
Why do you keep rewinding the parts where you're talking? This is weird.
Because those are the best parts. Not really.
This is the fourth time I've heard this.
Today.
All right. On
doing
that note, I think we're
dishes
done
anymore?
with the fired up since now they're just making fun of
Just
me.
banging the place together. The water's been running for 48 minutes.
48 minutes. That is it for Fired Up. And I think from here is when we move into the Callahalander rundown, if I'm not mistaken.
You know it is. And your
Excellent.
boys got one for you. The last couple episodes, we haven't had anything. This Callahalander Rundown edition is called the We're Not Done Yet, but We're Almost Done edition. If you guys haven't
A
caught
little
that.
wordy, but worth it. Yeah.
If you guys haven't caught that, I have had different edition names. Let's get after it. Delwood After Dark. Sheila, did you get that mosquito?
No.
Damn it!
She was just slow clapping for you, Callahan.
Like, what
Really
did I
excited
haven't
for
even
your
done
Fired
anything
Up.
yet. All right.
For your
didn't wanna
Callahalander
make-
rundown.
Delwood
much noise.
After Dark. You know what it is. Our 8-week glow week every Wednesday night. By the time you hear this, we'll be about halfway through, though. For now, we're doing signups at 6 p.m. and teeing off at 7. After daylight savings time ends, we will be doing signups at 5 p.m. and teeing off at 6. This will be every Wednesday until Black Wednesday before Thanksgiving. It is a blast. Even in the rain last night.
Couldn't believe how many people
We had
showed up.
59 people. Ace
Damn.
pot for next week will start at $429.
Damn.
So it'll be
It'll be
probably
busy night next week.
well
yeah.
up over
Yeah.
$600.
The weather looks great for next week, so
Yeah.
it'll be jammed.
Get your butts out to Delwood After Dark Wednesday night. Next on the docket, the Delis, our end of the year award show. We have lowered the price this year to only $40. That's pretty cheap for a sweet ass time. Admission includes a Delis commemorable disc, 2 drink tickets, dinner, the Greater Joliet Tour Season Awards, Deli Awards, Magic this
Magic.
year, new from the magician of Lockport, Mr. Yes, good job. Mr. Greg Miller will be there. doing
Can I
magic.
say,
Yes.
we just went to Kono's Corn Maze,
Yes, you did.
myself and my daughter, on Monday, Columbus Day, and we were there to witness Greg Miller's magic. And it was geared towards the younger crowd, obviously.
Yeah, as it would be that day.
but
yeah.
it was still very cool. And he is very good at it.
Also very excited to come to the delis and do
it
this.
was
He's
so
doing
cool.
a
Talking about
special
it.
trick
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Ooh.
Maybe
Yeah,
you'll
yeah,
have
yeah.
to just be there to
He
see.
did let me in a little bit on this special trick, and it
Yes.
sounds awesome.
Is he going to make the ice sculpture disappear?
No, it's better than that.
Better than that?
Yep.
Better than the ice
damn.
sculpture,
Mm-hmm.
which will be there again. I did reach out to Mr. Dan Rebels,
Oh, cool.
the Iceman himself, and he said, I got you covered.
Wow, great.
Back to the delis. Roasts by Mr. Anthony Tuan Rodriguez. You know he's going to be up on stage talking a bunch of shit as usual. And of course, Doc's beloved Delis end of the year recap video that he works tirelessly on all year long. I have to hear about it weekly. And my favorite part is the outtakes, the bloopers, of course. So
I haven't even seen. Usually, he'll send us clips of some of the bloopers. I haven't seen hardly any, and I cannot wait.
Best case scenario is play those close to the chest and then reveal them at the delis.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
shouldn't be leaking them. Yeah.
Totally. But it is going to be like mostly bloopers, and I cannot wait for that. I crack up every time. Delwood Disc Golf bag tags. We are finally going
What's
to
that?
be doing it again. Hopefully Tom McMillan is listening to this. Tom, we're going to be doing bag tags finally. We're starting that back up Saturday, November 11th. So a couple more weeks. It's been a while, but now that the season is wrapped up, we can get back to the high payouts singles league. $10 for a new DDG tag and $15 to play. You know that we're going to be rotating those layouts and having a bunch of fun, so get your butt out to DDG bag tags. Again, starting Saturday, November 11th. Last but not... Oh, go ahead, dear. Yes.
Is that Donnie's birthday?
Donnie Longton's
That
birthday.
is Donnie Longton.
11/11.
Daniel
He'll
Longton.
be 40...
72 years old.
72 years old exactly on the dot.
Yeah.
Moving on, last but not least, Mick McGowan's J-Town Winter Doubles League is also starting up soon. That starts on it's on Sundays. It starts Sunday, November 5th. That is a 16-week cash payout doubles league that runs through February. Follow the J-Town Winter Doubles League on Facebook to stay up to date on all of that. That was only a couple of things here. All right, guys, that wraps up the Callahellander rundown. So you know that it is all unofficially brought to you by DiscGolfScene.com. Come on, Pete.
Nice. That is a wrap on the Callahellander. So before we take a break and get into the spooky nuts and butts, there is an elephant in the room, more specifically a prize, a present, if you will, sitting on the table provided by Nick Kaminsky, if I'm not
Kaminsky, the
mistaken.
one
So,
and
Yes,
only.
sir.
Yes,
Sean,
sir.
get us up to speed on what happened that this now ended up in front of us.
Yeah, so the 420 guys and gals were out at Delhi this past Sunday. Got there early. They ran a flex start that was a fundraiser for a friend of theirs that is dealing with breast cancer, and it was a great showing. And Nick, before everything got kicked off, came into the shop and dropped that off. And I have absolutely no idea what it is. It is fully wrapped in purple wrapping paper with a gold bow. And it says, written on it, I'm assuming this is written by Nick, when your poop isn't in a group and you need a pick-me-up, but your coffee is way too strong. And I don't know if there is an inside joke to what is behind this wrapping paper, but I think we're going to find
We're
out
going
here
to find
shortly.
out here momentarily. Yeah.
Sheila,
Sheila, do
would
us the
you
honors.
please
do
do the
the
honors.
honor, please?
Yes.
Your role as the Deucer is also to
I
unwrap
have
any
a
presents
feeling-
that we get.
Should we write down what we think it might be?
I have an idea just based off of
No,
the
don't
size
ruin
of it.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But we'll see.
All right, here we
Peeking
go.
at Christmas gifts in
I
your
didn't peek at
parents'
sh- I didn't peek
closet.
at shit.
Cheaters.
I didn't do. Come on.
This is
Shocker.
Oh, nice. That's not what I thought
Shocker.
it was.
And he hit us with it.
Oh, yeah.
You know he did.
Oh, that
It
is
the Dolly Parton, looks like a single, maybe with a B-side for Jolene, of course, the running joke on the show.
and the B-side is I Will Always Love You, another great Dolly
Oh,
Parton
well
song.
done.
Wow.
RCA Records.
Factory sealed? I
Yeah.
mean, is this...
Yeah.
I don't
Not-
even...
brand new.
Original
Brand-
pressing? 1960? No. Lovely,
No,
Nick. You
no.
are...
Yeah, but it is a fantastic gift.
Amazing.
That
That's-
is awesome.
we
going
could
Do-
take that upstairs and listen to that.
We could.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You do have a record player up there. Well, thank you so much, Nick. That is
Nick,
Very
that's
cool.
great.
fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
Thank you very much. And anybody else, any other listeners that want to drop us
Yeah,
off gifts?
just give us gifts.
Yeah,
man. We'll
yeah,
put
take
it
them
up
out to
and talk
Deli.
about
No
you
one's
there.
gonna-
As long
no
as
one's
it's not a
gonna say no.
Jolene
Yeah.
EP, because we've
Yeah.
already got one.
Right, we got one. As long as
Yeah.
it's not vibrating, ticking, or going to explode. I think-
Vibrating is fine.
Yeah, what's the matter
okay,
with vibrating?
I take it back. Yeah,
vibrating is fine.
Just no ticking and or exploding gifts.
Correct.
Right.
On that note, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, it is time for the spooky edition of the Nuts and Butts.
Are the spooky butts going to be vibrating?
Spooky butts and the vibrating nuts.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We are going to get into our spooky nuts and buzzy butts. What did we call it? I can't even remember now.
That's
so
what
long
it is
ago.
now.
Yeah, that's what it is now.
Onomatopoeia.
Can we,
Yeah.
just for this episode, can we call it the fangs and wings?
Oh, sure. Yes,
Jesus,
absolutely.
just now
and
you
just
came up
like
with
that,
Wings? Well,
everything has
goddamn.
changed.
Fangs and wings?
Welcome to the Fangs and Wings, and it's time to get into.
Now I'm hungry for wings.
And I'm hungry for fangs, so that makes sense.
Hold the fangs.
Sucking your fangs.
Sucking your fangs. We are going to do something that we have decided to call Trick or Treat, Smell My Feet, Our Nightmares on Disc Golf Street. So what
Wow.
we have done as a group,
You didn't even screw that up
You got
at all.
through that.
nailed
That
it.
was first try, guys.
Yep. What we've done as a group is everybody has independently forwarded to me what they feel is their top 3 scariest disc golf scenarios. And I have ranked them from 10 to 1. So there's going to be a couple that we're not going to use, and that's fine. But I ranked them from 10 to 1. And we are A, going to discuss why we feel I put it at that position, and B, who they think submitted that particular one, because unbeknownst to everybody, everything came to me. So Ryan doesn't know what Sean put, and Sheila doesn't know what Alex put, and blah, 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 vice versa. So everybody understands the situation. Alex submitted, but unfortunately he's not here to chime in, but that's okay. Some of his were used tonight. And when we get to that point, we will discuss who's each one of them were submitted by.
Yeah.
It's that simple. I've ranked them 10 through 1, and I think the best place to start is at number 10.
Number
Yeah.
2.
Letterman style.
So number 10. Number 10 is short and sweet, and it is falling acorns.
Oh.
Yeah.
Falling acorns.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Like if someone accidentally throws an acorn at your head a little too hard.
Ouch.
type of
Or like
falling acorn?
just trying to throw an acorn like towards you in a general
Not-
area, and you just kind of walk into
I
it.
just want you to kind of feel part of it, and this is what it's like to hang out with the guys.
And
Maybe
then-
those type of vibes. I don't know.
Yep. And then
Right on the top of the dome. So obviously what we're referring to is when we were down in Kentucky, Sean thought it would be hilarious to grab an acorn.
no.
Wait a
No.
second.
Back
Don't
it up.
sell me so short.
Back it up.
Come on.
If there are acorns on the ground within 100
If
meters
there's
of our location,
anything on the ground.
we will pick it up and we will throw it at each other. That is how life works.
The game is how hard can we throw it without it getting too serious?
Right. Yeah.
That's the game.
All right, fair enough. So unbeknownst to Sheila, she was part of that game, and you tossed an acorn her way, and it landed right on the top
So
of her head.
Square.
Sean
Square the top of her head.
lobbed it up as
I
Sheila
barely
was
threw
standing.
it, guys. I barely threw it.
And he led her a good ways, but she wasn't moving. But the moment he released that acorn, she turned and started walking. And it was perfect timing. And it hit her on the head with such a cartoon noise that we all just froze and looked at each other like,
Yeah.
oh God, mom and dad are going to fight.
Yeah.
They're going to fight. They're
She's
going to
gonna
fight.
kill him. She's gonna kill him.
She's gonna laugh
And
or cry.
what
She's
I
gonna laugh or
thought
cry.
was going to happen was she was going to turn to him and say, give me the keys, and just leave.
and just leave us there.
Right.
Yeah,
Leave
and we'd
us
have
at
to figure
idle
out how to get home.
But she was a good sport.
Yeah. It hurt really bad. But
It
the
did not
best
hurt
part,
that
the
Don't
best
lie.
part was turning around and seeing all of your faces. You didn't know what to do. You were like,
Everybody there was within eye shot. We all watched everything happen right in front of us. Yeah,
Couldn't believe it.
it was pretty great.
Yeah.
It's hilarious and a good story.
That's a great
Yeah.
number 10.
So yeah, I'm scared of falling acorns.
Yeah, so obviously
That was
No,
Sheila.
that's it.
Duh.
Yeah.
that was
That was
Sheila
Sheila.
that
Got
submitted that one, and it was worth being on the list, and that's why I put it at number 10.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we're gonna move on to number 9. Give me a scary number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9 is you are at a tournament at a course you've never played, and you can't find your starting hole, and you are running out of time.
Ooh.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick.
There is definitely a, like, even just hearing you say that, I was like, shit, we're 16. Like that is a moment. Maybe like not all tournament goers get that now because of how often we do tea times, but there's still a few where we're doing shotguns, and that's a scary moment for real.
Yeah,
I remember having
that anxiety.
Yeah, having that scenario at Bowling Green a few times because there's 4 different courses that you play, and like especially the first time that I went down there, I didn't know any of them, and so when they're like, "Oh, you're starting on hole 11," it automatically it's just flushed.
Yeah,
and you're like,
that's on the other side of the world.
Yeah, you get the like zooming in but zooming out at the same time.
Yeah, like in Jaws.
And like, oh god, and you could have 3 hours to get to your hole, and it's not enough time.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
now you got to poop. So
and now you got to poop.
You got to deal.
Yep. It's
now
like
there's layers to this shit.
It's like when you're playing hide and seek, and as soon as you get to a good hiding spot, you're like, oh god, I got to poop.
All of a sudden your bladder is very full.
Yeah.
So with that being said, who do you guys think submitted that one?
I'm gonna say Alex did that.
Alex.
Across the board, Alex.
Alex is correct.
Anxiety Alex.
Anxiety Alex. Being true to his self.
Anxiety seminary.
Absolutely.
Alex gotta poop.
That one. We are going to move on to number 8. Give me a scary number 8.
Number 8.
Wet and or slippery tee pads. If it's an ice skating rink, I'm almost immediately having a bad time. No grip equals no fun.
I know who this is.
Well, let's discuss why.
So do I.
Let's discuss why that is a nightmare scenario. Why that is a buzzing. What did we call this again? I completely forgot it.
I don't know. You said buzzing butts, and I can't get
buzzing
that.
Butts.
Like that's all I can think of.
Why that is a nightmare on Disc Golf Street is what we're calling
yes.
it. Why
Okay,
was that a nightmare?
So
Nightmare
not only is that
scenario.
a safety issue,
Yes.
right? But the moment you lose the tiniest bit of traction on one tee pad, it is in your head for the rest of the day.
So
rest you
of the
can't
round.
concentrate on a good release, what you're doing, how
Oh, if
you're
it
gonna
happens
throw,
once, it could potentially
any of it.
happen
Yeah.
again,
Like,
right?
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
in
yeah.
your head.
That
I see.
traction
Okay.
is everything.
Okay.
It is all the things
Yeah.
coming together at once at the end, and it's the kapow of your drive. And if that is not confident, then I, for one, because I submitted this one, I'm not having a very good time. It sucks.
Yeah. We've talked about it several times. Shanahan tee pads are a shining example. The grooves that are cut into them, I think they had good intentions, but it just makes them very slick. And if it's wet, it's just impossible to be confident in anything that you do there. So,
Like the visual is that tee pad that we played at Mount Airy. After hole 3, we split off and we played holes A and B.
yeah.
That hole A
Death
that
trap.
was like a total death trap, super slippery, eroded
sure.
all the way around it, floating
I
on a
remember
little piece of dirt.
Yeah.
So that's in my mind. When it is that bad, it is the worst. It is a nightmare scenario.
Yeah, yeah. Especially we're in Kentucky, where we don't know where the nearest hospital is, or
Seriously, when
somebody
Alex
frickin'
stepped
rolls
onto
an
that tee
ankle.
box, I was like,
Oh,
we're-
he almost
he's
fell
going down.
backwards.
Yeah,
That dude
yeah.
is going down.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was scary.
Yeah.
Understood. And that is why that was at number 8 on our list of Nightmare on Disc Golf Street. Sheila, give me a scary number 7.
Number 7.
Oh,
What the
God, did you know she could do that?
Stop.
Absolutely terrifying.
I'm gonna sleep upstairs.
We have to walk away from
Oh
it.
my God, there is sweat like
felt like I was
pouring
at
down
Hell's
my
Gate.
back right now. Yeah.
the twins.
Number 7, you got to hole 3 and you realize you left your disc on the last hole of the last course an entire week ago.
Say that again.
You left your disc on the last hole of the last course a week ago. You just realized that you not only do you not have it, you have no memory of where it even is.
That's rough. That makes me think of when Ryan had this like perfectly seasoned opto saint that we still joke around about to this day, that you have no idea where that disc went, where you lost it, when you lost it,
It's at
when you threw it last.
Vallarta Ast somewhere.
Yeah?
I'm almost confident, but that was 6 years ago, maybe,
Yeah.
or longer.
But we still talk about it. That's how much of a nightmare scenario
It
it
sounded
is.
like you said 60 years ago.
It was
60.
84 years. It was the perfect disc for every scenario. It is then what my FD is now.
Yes, true.
It was such a great disc, and then it just disappeared. And I don't
Yeah.
know if I left it or if I dropped it or if I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I've also been in that situation. Surely. We all have.
Standing Rocks,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Are you talking about the one that I lost?
the Banshee Hole.
The Banshee Hole, yeah.
We still talk about that as the Banshee Hole. I wasn't there when they lost it,
Yep.
but they still talk about where it was and where it could be and that it's still there somewhere.
When we played the hole a month ago, and this happened 10 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I still looked for it. Like it maybe was still going to be
Maybe.
there.
Yeah.
Come on, underneath these leaves. That is a very shitty feeling.
Mhm.
When you know you messed up and it's your own fault. It's
Right.
not like you threw it into a lake and it's like, oh, well,
Right.
threw
right.
it for a swim, you know, but like when you know that you left it behind and like you're the one to blame, it is the worst possible scenario of losing it.
Demoralizing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's why I put it at number 6. Now let's discuss who we think submitted that.
Was that 6? Was that 7?
7. Sorry. That was 7.
I am going to say one Alex Seminary.
You would both be incorrect. That was a
I
Ryan
abstained.
Fincher.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
submission.
okay,
Yeah.
Absolutely,
all
yeah.
right.
I almost switched it at the
Thought it
last
had
minute.
some Alex vibes on it.
Yeah.
Well, no, that was
All
definitely one that Ryan submitted to us. I accidentally said that was number 6, but now it's time for number 6. Somebody give me a scary number 6.
Number 6.
Nice. Number 6 is super scary, and that would be seeing a UFO while you're out playing disc golf.
Did Jason make his own list
Yeah,
too?
did you-
with,
Yeah, did you
throw
just
this in?
submit your own
No,
bullshit?
I did
Six.
not. No.
I think that would be actually legitimately scary.
Yeah.
Like Frozen. What is
Yeah.
happening?
Let it
Right.
go.
Yeah.
Let it. Oh,
Petrified.
not that Frozen.
Yeah.
No,
not that
no.
frozen.
Right,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
No, more like they're here.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be scary.
It would be scary.
You think so?
Yeah, because I feel like your
Yeah.
brain wouldn't. Especially your scientific brain, you'd be trying to figure things out, and then like it's like fight or flight would
Right.
kick in for sure.
Yeah. It would be just so excited overload that I think my brain would blue screen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah, for
You'd have to
and
poop,
then-
for
and
sure,
then the
yeah.
Oh,
light-
I would. I would poop
All
my
the
pants.
pooping.
Yeah.
That's because of that goddamn movie. Have you ever seen, I know Sean has seen it. Have you ever seen Fire in the Sky? Are you familiar
Oh,
with that
I
movie?
don't want to talk about that
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
I saw that when I
I
was
want to talk
a
about
kid.
scary.
Yeah.
No.
That is like,
5 days ago, about sundown on Rim Road, north of Turkey Creek, did you see an unidentified light just above the tree line?
Yes.
I never thought aliens
scream?
were scary until I saw Fire in the Sky.
The
when I was a
scream
kid.
that he lets out
Oh.
in that movie, and if you're listening to this and you've seen that movie, you know the scream.
You know.
And Ryan, if you can find it on the internet and cue that audio up,
I
here,
won't even. I'm not even going to look for it.
Yeah.
do it.
Absolutely not.
Cue
Also,
it up right
syrup.
here.
Syrup
Yeah.
gives me
Yeah,
a
yeah.
feeling every time I use
No,
it.
you guys want this to be the last episode? No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
What is that? What's the alien movie we just watched like a couple weeks ago on Hulu? With
They're not gonna find you. They're
Yes.
gonna, there's something like that. It's got a super long name. They're not.
They're
here
not gonna
anymore.
save you,
They're not gonna
or-
save you.
Save you?
They're not gonna save you.
No
I think
one's
that's
gonna
it.
save
No
you?
one's
One's
gonna
going to
save
save you.
There
There
you
you
got
go.
there.
No one's
Yeah.
going to save you.
Did
Yeah.
anybody see that?
No.
Jason.
Super good. Yeah.
Highly
I watched
recommend.
it, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
an alien movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, I'm
Indeed.
down. Although I'm
Indeed.
going to probably cry and sleep with the lights on for a week.
Yeah.
So-
I had to go put the chickens away after, like, I was like, nah, I can't do it. I need a flashlight and I need the dogs. And Sean, can you please stand by the
Well,
dog?
it was like so I wouldn't say that it was the scariest alien movie, but it was like, you know that scene in Signs that everybody's like, oh, when you see the alien for the first time walk past the alleyway,
Yeah.
right? Or any of the scenes where the alien that just has that very ominous look about him.
And cue
It
that
was
audio
like-
right here.
Yes, correct.
What's the matter?
There's a monster outside my room. Can I have a glass of water?
Yeah.
Do you see my eyes? Oh, my eyes are watering. I
Ryan's
can't take
crying.
this.
Swing
I
away.
can't.
Swing away.
You guys
It
have to
was,
drive home tonight.
Yeah. It was like a series of
I'm going to drive home
those-
at like 10:30, and when I get home, it's going to be 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd be
exactly.
like,
What? How did I?
man,
What?
Shit.
It happened.
Why does my butt hurt?
That was the buzzing butts.
That movie was like a series of those scenes, but it was definitely more lighthearted than it was horror type of.
Yeah, there
alien
was
Sure.
like
There was almost comedic elements
yes,
to it. Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, a little bit,
But
yeah.
definitely it was all over the place.
yeah.
But
And,
definitely
like-
worth a watch.
Unique, terrifying.
Yep.
What was
Like-
truly unique about it? There's no dialogue.
Yeah.
Yep. The
It's an
entire
hour
movie.
and a half of nobody
And it
speaking.
did not need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did not need it.
Very bizarre. Like we didn't know that going in. So the whole time we're like, wait, it's been like 10 minutes and this chick hasn't talked yet. And so like I had to rewatch the first 10 minutes because the whole time we were just, did we miss it? Where is this headed? But then once you kind of fall into the groove and realize that's what the groove is, it's freaking fantastic. It's a really good watch. Yeah.
Yep.
And that was number 6.
Yes, it was.
Correct.
Who do you think submitted it?
Who do you think submitted that one? That is right. We just do stuff
UFO.
discuss.
Oh, that
I
was
have to-
Alex.
I have to say that is
Oh,
Sheila
or
Marie
Sheila.
Callahan, who is always going to be talking about aliens and UFOs.
That is correct. That was a
Yes.
Sheila
Yes.
submission.
I know my wife.
Yep. I always said I believe in aliens because the moment I say I didn't, they'd prove me wrong.
Yeah. I believe.
I believe.
I want to believe.
Yeah.
Stop looking at me. I believe.
All right, we are halfway through our list. It's time to do our top 5. Give me a scary top 5. All right, fair enough. I was just looking for top 5, but that was a scary enough 5 to get us right into number 5. And number 5 is you have to shit mid-round and there are no facilities.
Scariest environment imaginable. That's all I had to say.
That's all you had to say. Scariest environment imaginable.
Okay, so the scariest environment imaginable. Thanks. That's all you gotta say. Scariest environment imaginable.
Been there. I'll tell you what you do. You go over by hole 13 at Trinity into the woods
With your towel.
with your towel.
Is it okay? We
you
joke
take-
about it. Is this a real thing? Do dudes like straight up shit in the woods?
I've done it 3 times. I did it recently. I did it when we were at West Park putting in the
golfers
beep
joke
pins.
about. Yeah,
So, I mean, what is your alternative?
Yeah.
leaving and going to a McDonald's or a
can't.
Taco Bell.
Oh,
or whatever?
you can't.
Not when it's a buzzer beater, dude.
Yeah,
No way.
not an option.
When it is
No.
go time?
Yeah,
No.
You're not getting to the car and starting
No.
the car and driving to... No,
I've done it
absolutely
enough
not.
times that I'm not even uncomfortable about it anymore. I'm like, no, I'm just shitting outside, dude. We're good. I mean, I don't I hope no one ever comes across my shit. I definitely want it to be not seen, but yeah, man, I know I had the shit, so I'm gonna have to take care of
wow.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss for words if that really happens. And you stand up to wipe, so I can't even imagine what it's like for you taking a shit in the woods.
This past time, I just leaned up against the tree and kind of shit down the side of the tree, so I never really had to. Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was a piece of cake. It was really.
Have you ever gotten poison ivy on your ass?
No, I have not.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I guarantee somebody out there has.
That's a
100%.
that's a
Yeah.
5.5 is poison ivy on your ass.
Poison
Yeah.
ivy on
Yeah.
your ass.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
5.5.
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure. So who submitted that?
Out of 3.
Sean submitted that.
No, he said he ain't scared of shitting in
Yeah.
the woods.
Yeah, that's true. He just proved that.
Oh,
wasn't
you
him.
know what?
I'm gonna say Sheila Marie Callahan.
No, I'm going to say it's Alex.
It's
'cause-
Alex.
Yeah.
They're gonna take it. It
I thought
is
that was the
Alex,
low
yeah.
hanging fruit. I thought Alex was
Yeah.
the low hanging fruit. I thought
No,
maybe Sheila
no,
threw in
he
a
for
curve.
sure went with that one.
Curve turd.
Give me a scary number 4.
Ooh. Okay.
Nice.
I'm going to put some crazy effects on all of these. So
Yeah.
You get back to your car after the round. You reach into your bag for your car keys, and they are not in there.
I feel like that has happened multiple times to people at Delwood.
I just had to reach.
Many
every
people.
week?
I just
Every
had to
week
reach for my
happens.
keys just now, just to like.
Just last week, who lost their lanyard?
I have to say, please, listeners, I don't know what it is with people that oh, my wallet's in my car. Oh, I don't put your phone, wallet, and keys inside your bag and zip it shut and don't open it again until you're done playing.
It's pretty sound advice.
Why?
Yeah.
Very
so
simple.
often, and I'm gonna knock on wood or something like wood so that it doesn't happen to me soon and we all laugh about it. But I don't know, man.
It's terrifying to think about.
For real. Yeah,
Yes.
totally. There was a time where I got to work. So the mailboxes at our office are like the next row of buildings over, and they're completely independent. Like you have to pull up to them, and they're just a set of boxes, right? And then all the buildings take their mail from those boxes. I got out, got the mail, went to the office, was there for like an hour or so. Then somebody called me that they need me to go to Home Depot. And I went to Home Depot and did not have my wallet. And
Bonehead.
yeah, went berserk. All right, let me retrace my steps. And I go back to the office, and by the mailboxes for over an hour, my wallet was sitting on the ground outside of the mailboxes.
Come on.
With my debit cards, the company credit card, driver's license, everything was in there, and it was still sitting there. And that hour that wallet was missing was like, I get anxiety just thinking about it right now. It was absolutely terrifying. That is such a terrible feeling.
Number 1, aliens. Now number 2, losing your keys and wallet.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
yeah.
my eyes are watering again.
This is
God,
this
I
is a
can't-
crier for Fancher over there tonight.
Remember
for sure.
that one clash where that dude locked his keys in his car with his bag
Oh yeah.
and then had to dig through the lost and found to build his own bag to play his second
I
round?
still have the photo on my
Oh
phone.
God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
And he played all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't even mad about it.
Yeah, he kind of took it in stride. He was just like, let's get this done. Like,
Yeah.
Wow.
it was a great
I'll deal
attitude,
with this
but
later. Yeah.
terrifying.
Who submitted that terrifying disc golf scenario?
Keys.
Ryan.
I'm going to have to say that's got to be Ryan Fancher.
He's making a face to try and throw us. No.
Not me.
That
No.
was Anxiety Alex.
Oh,
Two in a row.
I'm
He gave us
trying not to
those.
make it look too obvious.
In
that
a
all the
row. Yeah.
anxiety, Alex, for the win.
Sorry, Alex.
Love you, dog.
All right. Up next, give me a scary number 3. All right.
My precious.
Nightmare on Disc Golf Street. Number 3 is Cardmate lets you know right away his favorite pro player is Nico Lacastro.
That's funny.
What a bummer.
That's a good one. I like that. Yeah. What's to come after that?
Yeah, because if your favorite pro player...
What if that was a way to just throw everybody off?
Yeah.
Well, that's a Nico Lacastro strategy.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
to
right.
like not just play your best and hopefully you shoot great, but
Sure.
like try and psych out your opponents to the
Yeah.
point where like psychological
Right.
mind games. Nah,
Right, right,
I'm
right.
I'm out of it.
Taking 29 seconds to putt.
Yeah. So yeah, but if you have to tell me that your favorite player is Nico Lacastro right away,
Red flag.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
your sign.
It is
Yeah.
a red flag.
Honestly, if you start with like the conversation immediately with so and so is my favorite player, I'd say that's a red flag.
I would, yeah,
Yeah.
anybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Anybody
have to be
is your
Nico.
favorite player. It
Yeah.
would be like, oh, okay, dude. All right. What's your favorite color? Yeah.
we're
so
best friends now, right?
Yeah,
we're
take
best
out
friends,
Nico
right?
Lacastro, and it is still scary.
Yeah.
That's good. All right.
Hey,
who-
we just met. My favorite pro is Nico Lacastro. What's
All right,
yours?
yeah. Leaving right now, getting out of here.
What's your favorite dinosaur? Velociraptor. Did we just become best friends?
Just friends.
You want to go do karate in the garage?
Yup.
So with that being said, who submitted number 3?
Ooh.
I don't know. I've
This
been
can't
wrong
be Alex.
every time.
This is
Yeah.
Was it
this
just
Ri- is
Alex's
this
top
Ri-
10?
It's got to be Ryan.
Could be Alex's top 10.
It's Ryan. I know it's not Sean.
It's not. Oh, I also know it's not me.
It was me, bitches.
Yep, it was Ryan. That
Yeah.
was one of
Ryan D?
Ryan's. Yep.
All right.
All right. 2 left. Top 2. Give me a scary number 2.
We just talked about this.
Cue diarrhea noise.
All right. Number 2. I'm at a new course and there is no signage and it is confusing as all hell.
Well, this is Sean for sure.
Yeah, oh, yeah. This is definitely Sean.
know what you're talking about.
All right. It is Sean. We reversed into that one. Now let's talk about how that is a disc golf nightmare on Disc Golf Street.
Well, then that becomes a corn maze. So you're like
Indeed.
lost trying
Yep.
to find your way around.
Well, you
Nightmare.
can immediately throw enjoying your round out the window.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
For me, that's the whole thing. Like, I don't play to compete very much. I play to go out and enjoy disc golf. And like, if I have to work at it by doing all of those things, that goes out the window.
Yeah.
And so I start to question why the hell I'm out there.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah. If I'm going to have any type of beef with Idlewild, it's certainly going to be the confusion of the layout and the lack of signage. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the only problem I had.
Sure.
There was.
No, I get that. Yeah.
There were multiple times where, like, you know, Ryan and Alex were going one way, trying to see if that's where 13 was, and Sean and Sheila were going the other way. And I was just like, all right, guys, I'll
Yeah,
wait
let-
here. I'll
yeah.
wait here. Let me know where to go. Yeah.
and we
that
get back,
happened
and
more
then
than
Jason's
once.
disappeared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Wait.
That is a nightmare scenario.
It is the
I
worst.
didn't- yeah,
It is
yeah,
the
yeah, for
absolute
sure,
worst.
For sure. Our last one on our list. Give me a scary number 1.
Number 1.
That was scary.
I tried to go with like a weird clown. I don't know if it came off that way.
Well, number 1, kids. Disc golf nightmare on Disc Golf Street. Number 1 scariest thing possible is coming upon a fairway lined with Blair Witch talismans hanging from the trees.
Is that the little like wood stick things,
Like the wooden stick things.
Yeah.
I don't
They're on
like
the
that.
cover. Could you? Oh my god.
Do you remember
That
when
is
we
chills
were
down my spine.
totally? That kind of reminds me of we were eyeing up the 6 loop and we came across a homeless teepee
Yes.
made out of like wood, and you could tell someone was like
It was
living
a
in it.
lean-to. It had hay on the ground
Yeah.
and everything. I was like, oh, there's somebody living out here. Great.
Yeah, super creepy.
So when you said that, I pictured walking down the fairway, turning around to look at the tee box, and then turning around again, and then they appear.
And,
Whoa.
that is even scarier. You are
Yeah, that is-
absolutely
Right? Like
right.
not
Yes,
not
yes, yes,
they've
yes, yes.
been there the whole time.
They appeared.
They appear, then I'm pooping in the woods.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, it is 100% a nightmare scenario. I put that at number 1 because just that visual alone, like I don't know why that's so creepy to me. That's even creepier
Yeah.
Well,
than
because
like
the
seeing a UFO or something.
Damn
Like,
movie, man. Like
Well-
that.
Yeah.
It's like that
Scared
scene
the
in
shit out
Ghostbusters
of me.
2 when they're in the train tunnels, and all of a sudden Winston turns around and there's all those faces on the spikes, and then they spin around a couple times and then they disappear.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. In Ghostbusters 2, obviously that was more funny than scary, but like that same scenario where like
Yeah.
they appeared out of nowhere, so your mind goes into overdrive. Like, where did they come from? I can't get away from this because I didn't see where they came from in the first place. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Absolutely it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember like the marketing campaign leading up to Blair Witch?
Totally.
Definitely.
That's what made it
remember-
so. I remember seeing it in the theaters and thinking it was real.
Yeah.
because that's how they portrayed
We
it.
were in the butter zone of before it was leaked that it was fake. We all thought that shit was real. And that last scene
Definitely.
where that guy's down in the corner, I still see that and get chills.
Yep.
I don't think I ever saw that.
The first
Ridge,
Blair Witch movie?
really?
I don't think I ever did.
man.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's a little too late now, but had you seen it
Make
then?
Nora watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
that'd be
definitely
fun.
not.
That would be.
No,
yeah.
it'll be
No,
fine.
definitely
Check it
not.
out. Hey, Nora.
On a
Nope.
7-year-old sleeping in your bed for 6 months or whatever.
No, I'm
Yeah,
good.
Have Nora watch it.
I'm good.
Yeah, definitely. Who submitted our scariest nightmare on Disc Golf Street?
I feel like that's a Sheila idea.
Blair Witch?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That's got Sheila written all over it. That was
Yeah.
definitely hers, 100%.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, nicely done. But that was my top 10. That was your top 10. Do you guys want to hear some other ones that didn't make the top 10, but were
You
still
can read
pretty
a
scary?
few.
Yeah,
Most
read a
definitely.
few.
Hear 'em.
Let's see. Getting carded with an obnoxious player. Either they talk too much or complain constantly. The worst is if you get this person as your random doubles partner. That's a nightmare scenario
Yep.
for sure.
Yes, it
That will
is.
make me quit the whole round.
That is why I don't go to doubles
I'll
leagues.
walk back to my car.
As an event organizer, realizing you forgot something or / didn't adequately prepare, and now it's going to affect the player experience.
Or like making the second place trophies as big as the third place and the third place trophies as big as the second place trophies. Terrifying. That's never happened, but
Beard grabbing.
But still.
An occupied bathroom when you really need to go.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yep. mhm.
The bathrooms are there and you just can't use them. Bobcats. Just straight up bobcats.
The listing was Bobcats.
Bobcats.
Gee, I wonder.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Bobcat in my life.
Sheila's scared of bobcats.
Sheila's seen exactly one bobcat.
Exactly one. Confirmed by George from Dark Ace because he camped at Delwood and heard it. There's bobcats for sure.
Rain. It's raining and it never stops raining. And the people on my car just keep talking about how it's raining.
That happened last night.
Let's see. Playing against someone who has been talking shit and then you lose to them.
It's bad.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
terrible.
that's definitely bad. I'm playing with someone who is very impatient and they complain about having to wait on every hole when the course is very busy. The let me tell you about my last round shot for shot, what discs I threw and why and where I got them, etc. card mate.
Yeah.
Screw that guy.
Yeah, screw that guy 100%. Those are the other ones that were submitted to me.
Nice.
That are also nightmare scenarios, but I feel like we all chose the best for the top 10.
Wisely.
For sure.
Top 10.
Top 10.
Top 10, boys and girls. Look at my shiny knife. So we do have one more surprise in mind for you guys for tonight. In lieu of us doing our mailbag, what Sheila, the Deucer, has done for me.
She doesn't like it, guys.
No, she likes it. So why don't you cue up Dead Man's Cave? Give us a quick rundown of why we're going to discuss Dead Man's Cave.
Yeah. So if you've ever been to hole 17 long at Delwood,
Blue tea.
yeah, you will notice the old dam behind you. So that, like in the early 1900s, was dammed up. So all of 17 and 18 was filled with water. and people would boat on it and they would ice skate in the winter. And then at some point, they blasted a hole through it, drained all the water. I don't know the story behind that. However, that left the inside of the dam accessible because now there was a hole in it. Growing up, we always called it Dead Man's Cave. I had no idea why. It was always just like, a guy died in here. And we didn't know if it was true or not. Well, when we put the course in, we found a book about Delwood, and it's the entire history. And in that book was a story about Dead Man's Cave.
Nice.
So, yeah.
You forwarded that to me, and I'm going to do a reading of that story that appeared in the book. So submitted for your approval by the Midnight Society.
Nice.
The story below was reprinted in the Lockport Area Genealogical Society's 2004 newsletter, written by Candy Herpcha.
Kiopio.
Yeah, Candy Kiopio, because this last name is missing some vowels, let me tell you. A body was discovered in a tunnel near the dam's north entrance. Part of the tunnel had been blocked to prevent use, but several feet inside, there remained a small shelter. Page 2.
Small pages.
These are small pages, yeah. Doris Hone and Jackie Dalton decided to warm up at the entrance of the lower dam after ice skating. The girls stepped carefully down the wide stone steps which led to the entrance. As they pushed against loose boards, daylight entered. There before them was a body. A man's body.
That damn body.
Jackie.
Do you get it?
Damn body? Yeah. Got it. Jackie, there's a bum sleeping here. Jackie lunged past Doris, shouting, "Hey, mister." Realizing the man was unresponsive and likely dead, they retreated and headed to Superintendent Walker's house, which was deserted. Seeing nearby adults, they relayed their find. The police were summoned, and the girls repeated their story to the officers. The mystery of Dead Man's Cave and the man's identity remain unsolved. The Upper Lagoon, Lake Chautauqua,
Holes 1, 2, and 4
became the skating rink of choice in 1952. The lake was small, making it easy to discern ice thickness. Its dam was also boarded, and outside toilets were nearby. Some years later, a woman's body was found stuffed in the woman's outdoor latrine, another unsolved mystery. Later in 1953, city water was extended to the park. New restrooms used city water. A water fountain replaced the hand pump over the well in front of the restrooms. Both improvements were greatly appreciated by visitors. And that is the story of Dead Man's Cave!
For 1 second, I thought the second part was going to lead to a Jolene.
No, but I did take pictures of the dam. Sean, you remember this when we walked the dogs?
Yes.
Show the audience, could you?
I am going to put it in our group chat real quick, and I want you guys to look at it because Jason spotted something, and we can't explain it.
What?
Did you zoom in on
I
the pictures?
did. Oh, that is terrifying,
That's
guys.
good. That's good.
I wish
That's
you could
good.
see.
We're going to put that on Instagram before this airs and see if we get everybody else to look at it.
Yeah. Oh,
You
man.
You
How
little
many
shits.
did you
Oh,
find?
there's 4, 5. Oh,
Wow.
this is
Oh,
terrifying.
there's
So when I sent this
Jason.
picture to Jason, he was like, "Oh my God, that third picture, did you zoom in?" And as I'm like, "What?" I'm zooming in and looking, and the next text comes through, and it's gotcha. Like you.
Very good. Great job.
Good job.
Also, while I was up at Sandy Point,
Mm-hmm.
I got the stew tour, which I've heard about.
The Stewer.
The stewer.
Obviously, it's called the sewer.
Lauren had mentioned that there were talks of the Lakeview cabin being haunted. So when I saw Stu, I said, "Hey, can you share some of these stories?" And he said, "Absolutely."
Boy, does he have stories.
Yeah.
Do I ever?
Stories.
Nice.
So he took Lauren and I into the Lakeview cabin. First, Stu took us down the driveway of Lakeview cabin. This was a house that wasn't part of the Sandy Point property to begin with. Like, it was just this guy lived there. And once he passed away, they acquired the land and the cabin. So he took us to the end of the driveway and he started it off with, "This is where he died."
Oh my God.
Yeah. So apparently
And that was a Sandy Point first I never saw that. He never explained that part of it to us.
No, he took us through Lakeview, but
But we didn't see where the dude died.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So
That was
apparently he like had a heart attack or a stroke or something, but he was in his car leaving to go to town and just pulled over and
Wow.
died. Yeah. So Stu lives right on site next to Lakeview Cabin. And there's been many times where he has come home, come up the driveway or up the walk, and nobody's staying in the cabin, but there's a light on. And he's like, "Son of a bitch, like, I got to go in there. I got to get the keys now. I got to unlock it. I'm going to shut the light off, take off my shoes, do the whole thing, lock it back up, go back into his house, do some things, come outside, a different light's on."
Oh my God. Wow.
So he'll go through the whole thing again, shut the light off, be done. Sometimes it'll happen a third time and he'll be like, "I'll just deal with it in the morning." So that's the first thing that happens there. The next thing he showed us was a door that had to be replaced, and it was a custom size, and he had a buddy helping him, and they cut it to size and they were about to hang it, and Stu was called away to something else. So this guy is left there by himself trying to hang this door, and he's using both hands, putting it into place. And as he's doing that, someone keeps grabbing his ass. And he would drop the door and be like turning around and nobody's there. And it got so bad to where he had to go find Stu and say, "I don't know what's going on, but I can't do this alone because every time I'm using both my hands, someone's grabbing my ass." Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now Jason's like, "Now I need to go to Sandy Point."
Let me get that door, dog.
Yeah. So you're saying if I try to hold it backwards, it'll-
Right. Oh,
yeah.
there
grab
you
my
go.
junk? Yeah, I like that.
That's how that works.
Okay.
Third, the master bedroom looks out hole 26,
Yeah.
the lake. It's a beautiful view.
I mean, Lakeview is the cabin if you've got the cash, and like it's got the view and it's huge, and
Not to be confused with the big house.
not right.
The big house is smaller. Lakeview is the big one by 26.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bed is oriented to where you're like the windows are right there. So you're laying in bed. You can look right out this like wall of windows. So of course there's curtains there. He said there will be times where when people are checking out, he'll ask them, "Did anything strange happen while you guys were staying?" And they would be like, "Yeah, well, there was something weird." And he'd say, "Was it the curtains?" And they would confirm that it was the curtains. So as guests get ready for the evening and go to bed, you shut the curtains, you change, do whatever, you go to bed. Well, almost every morning, these people would wake up to the curtains being open and it being super bright in their room and them not knowing what happened. He liked to mention that it's also really funny because sometimes you get too drunk or you have too much to smoke and you just pass out naked, and the deck is outside there. So people will be drinking their coffee and be able to see directly into this bedroom. And if you're laying there naked, you'll be exposed because the curtains will be open in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So of course, Lauren and I went there the next morning to see if they were open.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
They weren't.
and got super drunk and passed out on that bed.
Yeah. They weren't open for us, but it was still fun to go check. And then the last and final story he told us is in the basement. Him and a bunch of guys were hanging out and having a good time. He said it was about 15 of them sitting on the couch, and they set their...
It's a big couch.
Yeah.
It's a big couch.
Like chairs.
15-man
Come on. Yeah. They set their lighter on the coffee table, and as they're all sitting there bullshitting, this lighter flips through the air and turns the corner and lands into the sink that is down there.
Wow.
Yeah. They all witnessed it and couldn't explain it.
Wow.
So, listeners, if you go up to Sandy Point, please book the Lakeview cabin and tell us if any of that shit happens to you.
Tell us your stories.
Sure.
If we had, I mean, that's a 10 to 12 person cabin. To be honest, it's got 3 floors, 2 full living spaces with kitchens, and like it's gigantic, right? So you're going to take a horde of people up there with you.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really work for us at all. But if it did, I would book that in a heartbeat and
maybe that'll be our next trip.
Yeah. We would. Oh, I would love to go there and just stay and try to experience all that crazy shit.
Totally.
Spring 2024, UD does SP.
There you go.
Ooh.
With guests.
I like it.
And we do
guests.
an episode.
Yeah.
And Stu is the special guest.
Yeah.
He's signing you up for all this stuff on air, so that way we have to do it.
Yeah. Totally.
I'll cut it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't tell Alex.
He's staying in the master suite.
Yeah.
So don't get naked, Alex.
See that dick?
All right, that was Trick or Treat, Smell My Feet, or Nightmares on Disc Golf Street. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was ridiculous, but I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too.
Yeah.
And Alex isn't here to tell us to stay on the fairway, so I'm just going to say I will catch you on the next episode.
Shank it in the woods.
Y'all be good now.
See ya.
See ya.
Unstable Discourse is produced by Sheila Callahan. Edited by Ryan Fancher. Beats provided by Alex Seminary. And produced in association with Unstable Disc Golf Gear. Look good, feel good, play good.
Unstable Discourse is a Top Secret Studios production, baby.
Make my day.